Hello, you beautiful people. Oh my goodness. I wanted to share another story with you today. It's called Rose Meets Mr. Wintergarten. And I know someone whose middle name is Rose. And I think you'll really like our character here, whose name is Rose. This is a story that talks about happy and sad. It talks about neighbors. And it has some fun names in it. It's called Rose Meets Mr. Wintergarten by Bob Graham. I found this one downstairs when I was looking for How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I thought, oh, I want to read that book. Oh my goodness. So this is our first picture that we see. What do you notice about this picture? We have a house that's for sale, so somebody new is moving in. It looks like a friendly house, right? Looks like a nice family. Uh-oh, but what's next door? What's next door? Is that a house that looks like a place you'd like to visit? Looks a little kind of maybe sad and scary, huh? And does this house look sad and scary? No. Rose meets Mr. Wintergarten. Oh, here's the house. Someone bought it. It's a family. The morning the Summers family moved into their new house, they felt at home. Faith and Rose put up their pictures. Baby Blossom watched. Mr. and Mrs. Summers planted pansies, petunias, daisies, and geraniums. Their garden was a carpet of flowers, all before the sun went down. Oh my goodness. So the new neighbors, their last name is Summers. Oh my goodness. And their children's names are Faith, Rose, and Blossom. That sound like a happy family. Last name Summers, Faith, and Rose, and Blossom. Lots of light, huh? Oh, interesting. So in summer, there's a lot of light, right? Every morning from the roof of their house, the Summerses watch the sun come up. Look at that. The sun never touched the house next door. Next door, everything bristled. Next door lived Mr. Wintergarten. Is there a lot of light in wintertime? No. Winter is often really dark, right? So we have the Summers house that's light, the winter house that's dark. Oh, I love that. There were stories in the street about Mr. Wintergarten. He's mean, said Emily. And horrible, said Arthur. He's got a dog like a wolf, said Naomi. And a saltwater crocodile. Oh my goodness, those are some scary stories. They say he rides on his crocodile at night, said Emily. And gets ya, Arthur shrieked. I don't believe you, said Rose. Anyway, don't frighten Blossom. Oh my goodness, he sounds like a terrifying neighbor, doesn't he? Oh my goodness. My dad lost his football over there when he was a boy, said Emily. You can just see it through the prickles. You see it right here. Old and flat as a pancake. No one ever goes in there, said Arthur, in case Mr. Wintergarten eats people. If your ball ever goes over, said Naomi, forget it. And just then, Rose's ball went straight over Mr. Wintergarten's fence. Uh-oh. What's she going to do? What do you think? You have any ideas? Rose went to tell her mom. Well, honey bunch, Mom said, you can get your ball back. Why don't you just go and ask him? Well, because he eats kids, said Rose. We'll take him some cookies instead, said Mom. And maybe some flowers. Mr. Wintergarten's front gate had not been open for years. Rose heaved and pushed. The gate groaned and squeaked. Then slowly, it swung open. Are these brave people? Oh. Rose could see there was a dog, big as a wolf. I don't see any crocodile, she said. Well, I should hope not, replied Mom, and threw the dog a cookie. Rose knocked at Mr. Wintergarten's door. Who the devil is that? Shouted a voice from inside. It's me, said Rose, and tiptoed in. Oh my goodness. Would you go in? I don't know if I would. That seems a little, I don't know. He seems mean. What do you want? Said Mr. Wintergarten. I'm Rose Summers from next door. I've come to ask for my ball back. She twisted her fingers in her handkerchief. I've brought some flowers and cookies from my mom. Mr. Wintergarten glared at her. Look at him. Who seems happy in this picture? And we can tell she's happy because, look, she's all in colors, right? Who seems sad in this picture? Yeah, I agree, because look at him. He's in black and white, and there's no color in him. I think that's how artists show sadness sometimes. His dinner was cold, gray, and uninviting, with gristle floating in it and mosquitoes breeding on top. Yuck. But Rose could see that he wasn't eating children. Please, may I look for my ball? She asked. No, growled Mr. Wintergarten. Go away. But when Rose had gone, Mr. Wintergarten slowly pushed back his chair and did something he hadn't done in years. Look, do you see this? Here's the light that Rose left for him. Everything else is dark, but what Rose left, her gift, brought light. What do you think he did he hadn't done in years? You have a guess? Mr. Wintergarten opened his curtains. And when you open your curtains, you bring light into your life, don't you? Into your room. And you see? All the colors. He sat on his front step in the sun. No one has ever asked for their ball back, he said to himself, or brought cookies. He saw Rose's ball and thoughtfully pushed it with his toe. Next, he made some darting movements that made his coattails fly in the sun. And then Mr. Wintergarten kicked the ball. What happened here? Oh my goodness, it's his shoe and his sock. Where'd he kick the ball? He did, right back over the fence. Great kick, said Rose. Well, nice catch, said Mr. Wintergarten. Would you mind throwing back my slipper? He added. What do you think Rose does? She brings light, doesn't she? Catch, Mr. Wintergarten, said Rose, throwing back the slipper. Good throw, Rose, said Mr. Wintergarten. Let's play again tomorrow. Rose and her family spread sunshine, don't they? Just like in summer. And now we have another picture to end our story. Let's see what we're noticing that's different from the first. What do you notice? Oh my goodness. The house is a different color. There's children playing in the lawn. Well, it's not quite a lawn yet, I guess. Playing in front. What else is going on? They're beating back the bushes. Look at the dog. Do you think the dog is a wolf, or is he just a dog who wants to play? The fences are coming down. Oh, look, there's Mr. Wintergarten. And it looks like Mrs. Summers too. Oh my goodness. All because a little girl named Rose decided she wanted to spread sunshine instead of darkness. I hope you enjoyed this story as much as I do. I love this book. All right, my loves. I'll see you later. Mwah.